All right, guys. Welcome to episode number 22, Texas Gulf Surfer.
Woo, 22 it is. Hey, everybody, my name is Jeff Dinacola, your Texas Surf Ambassador, man. We have a great guest today, but before we get started, let me see what I got, man. I'm going to introduce my co-host. He is the Sultan of Surf, King of Surfside, Austin Campbell, everybody.
Right on. Thanks, Jeff.
No
Well, man, we got
problem,
a great guest. We got one of our team riders, Claire Saldivar. Right? I pronounced it right? Right? In the house, man. So, welcome, Claire.
Tell us your age, Claire.
I'm 11.
11.
Wow, man.
What
And
grade?
listen,
So, what grade are you in?
I'm going to 6th.
Going to sixth grade.
I just want to tell you this before we get into your interview. I was so excited to have you on, and we had a hard time getting you scheduled that I wore this shirt, man. Check that out, baby. That is the Texas Gulf Surfer shirt that you will now see in Walmart. I've been waiting to wear this, and I broke it out especially for Miss Claire Saldivar.
Well, she's
man.
got her Surfside Open shirt on, right?
Yeah, how'd you do in that contest? Refresh my memory.
I got 3rd in menehune girls, and then I got 3rd in just girls.
Very,
girls.
very good. Right
That was a
off-
pretty tough one.
Right offset, your mom and dad are out there, and Matt is a local surfer, a really good surfer. Your pops have kind of been weaning you along the process, and then your mom there is the secretary of the TGSA, and man, you're just like this up and coming hot little surfer gal, man. Got more sponsors than me.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. When when you started surfing and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some of the stuff some of the stuff you like.
Well, I started surfing whenever I was like 8
8?
or 9,
Yeah.
and then I started surfing here at the beach by the jetties.
What got you into surfing? Matt, they brought you down. So, and you just like went out and pushed you on the board.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
was on a longboard that he got from here.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
I remember it, man. I remember Matt got a bunch. Did a pretty good little Christmas shopping here. So got some boards. But yeah,
Yeah.
so what was it, a soft top?
Yeah, that was the first board my board that I got.
Yeah.
And you caught a wave.
And was it like your first wave where you hooked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
some people know.
sometimes when we're doing surf lessons, everybody likes it. Some people love it, and then some people, they come back and they're like, "I'm doing this forever." They're hooked. So I think. So how long? So that's been what? 3 years now? 8, 9, 10, 11, 2 years, something like that.
I just did my 2nd year of TGSA.
Second year of
Competing,
TGSA.
So-
competing, okay.
I've been surfing, like, this upcoming year would be my 4th.
Fourth year.
Fourth year surfing.
Yeah.
Man, you have come a long way in a very, very short period of time. A couple things we're going to discuss. You were an athlete and doing sports prior to surfing. What were the things that you were doing? I understand there was some gymnastics and things.
So I started doing dance whenever I was like 3. And then I started gymnastics whenever I was like 3 or 4 because they told me that I needed to be in gymnastics.
Yeah.
And then I did that until I was like 9 or 8. And whenever I got into level 6, I quit and I started doing surfing.
Okay, so you were like, "Hey, man, I think I'm gonna surf and do this." Did you know that you could compete surfing, or were you just like, "I just want to surf"? It was fun.
Yeah, I just thought I was gonna just surf. And then Jeff came and told Matt that I needed to start
TGSA.
That was a
Yeah.
fun day on the beach. We just happened to be sitting there next to each other, and I didn't get to know you guys for a lot of years prior to this, and when we just hit it off, became good friends, and I said, "Man, this is a perfect TGSA family." And it got Matt back into competing, which is a bunch of fun, and Crystal involved with the organization. But man, you are a little rising star, man. There's people that see you coming, and you've done well.
Yeah, I'll say this, I don't know when it was, or y'all would come by here and get some stuff, but we were out checking the surf, I think, or just looking at the surf, and I think y'all were out there surfing, and I kind of saw you surfing, and I thought, man, she kind of looks like could be good for some reason. There was something like you were trying real
Yeah,
hard, and you were
yeah,
catching some waves
definitely.
on like some boards that were probably too big for you.
Yeah.
Right? Because you were trying to go to like a shortboard kind of right away. And you competed like right away. And I kind of thought, man, you were kind of getting some days that were kind of big, you were kind of inexperienced, and you had to kind of get thrown around a little bit, right? I mean, did you have some tough times your first year?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there any like specific ones that were rough? Do you remember any certain contests?
Not really.
Was it just all a blur?
Yeah.
Well, we had quite a few events where you got to understand about these children competitors, these menehunes and young adults. They're going out in the same gnarly surf that the adults are going in, and even the pro level men's division and stuff like that. So we don't really cut any corners. These kids, man, they sharpen their teeth pretty early with the big waves and getting wiped out. And we always watch you guys, and we're all about the safety. But you guys are fearless. You'll go out in the big stuff just like we do. That's how you get the trophy at the end.
Yeah, I think
right?
there was one in like one of the contests in like was it Galveston or something like that? It was pretty big. I think there was one that was pretty Port A. Was it maybe Port A?
Yeah, it was Port Aransas.
Aransas. I knew it was about, and so it was pretty big that and they were still out there.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot to compete in TGSA. So tell us, like, what are some of your goals in surfing? Like and like right now, you're just competing, it's just a little, amateur surfing. You're going to school, doing all these things, and you got to, but do you have any kind of goals, like short term, long term?
Well, my goal is not this year, but next year, whenever I go to 7th grade, is to get homeschooled so I can go on like surf trips in like California, and just so like I have the chance to get like better.
So I think some of the other kids that surf in TGSA that go to like All Stars and then they do stuff. Some of them I think homeschooled and they get to go some trips. So it definitely helps when you're doing certain activities that maybe they don't have in school or that kind of interfere, something like that. So, but I think that's
I think
so. You just want to keep getting better, like year by year. It sounds like, right?
I think that's kind of the wave of the future, and you see this with a lot of athletes in different sports. Them having to come out of public school and to do the homeschooling because it's just they can train more, they can do different things, and they can expand their sport. And I think that's a good option, homeschooling for athletes.
It's crazy because I coached AAU basketball for a long time, in which like high level. I got to coach against like some professional basketball players. I was coaching against them for their team. And there was a lot of kids that, even though like high school obviously has basketball teams, that some of those kids didn't even play on their high school basketball team. They only played select and they were homeschooled.
Right.
And it was kind of one of those things where it was because they were just pretty much prepping to go to college and play that same sport in college. But yeah, it's different things. So who's your favorite surfer? Do you have like a favorite
other than
surfer
me?
right
Other
now?
than me, you got to pick somebody other than me.
So, I have 3.
Okay. Top 3. There we go.
Morgan Faulkner,
Good choice.
Kelly Slater,
Very good.
and Clay Marzo.
Wow, man,
that's a good
excellent
that's a good pick right there.
man.
You can't. That's a good list there.
Well, I know some things that I don't know if they were on your vision board or not, but some things that you accomplished last year. Apparently, Ms. Claire, you are the Texas State surfing champion for menehune girls in most points overall season winner.
Yeah.
Tell me about how fun that was.
That was really fun.
Man, you did great, and I think that you had like a goal, right? Like you had the goal. So
last year, whenever I got 3rd place, my goal was to get 1st place this year.
Oh, wait a second. Let's just stop there a second, because I remember you were super mad, and you were real mad. When you lose, man, you get mad. And man, this just goes to show you she's got the fire in her belly to compete. She does not take it lightly, man. You think she's surfing in the WSL. That fired you up for next year, or what? How'd that work?
Well, I just wanted to win.
So I want to tell a quick story. I don't want to embarrass you or anything, but I got to tell this. So we're sitting around I think it's one evening, maybe after we had a movie or surf contest or something out here. We're sitting around, and we were talking about you competing, and your mom said, "Oh yeah." Told her that she's going to have all these new friends that she's going to become surfing against, and they're going to get to travel. And Claire said, "They're not my friends, they're my competitors."
I love that.
And you know what? And what did I say? I said, that's why she's on Team Psycho. So, because when I saw you surfing, I felt like you were, now they ended up all being friends. I will say that. Great sportsmanship.
Yeah.
They're like competing in the water, but they're high-fiving after each heat. So they are friends.
Yeah.
But not in the water when they're in the heat. So,
Yeah.
but I saw that. I saw the way you surfed, kind of like, and you weren't even like, you still kind of were raw a little bit, right? And I was like, man, I think we want her on the team, right? And so then it was funny because you said, I was like, well, what do you want to do? You know, and you're like, I want to win the state championship.
Golly, that's so great. You
Normally,
set your mind
you're
on
thinking
that.
like, what do you want to do in like surfing wise? And she's like, I want to win the state championship. So I was like, well, let's build you a board to win the state championship.
And it happened.
And it happened, right? So
How cool
it's
is
a great
that,
job,
man?
you know. And but that was you going out there and working hard and practicing, and you know, getting to know your board well, and then just working hard and getting and you know, competing every time and going to every contest.
Now,
So-
are you this competitive in your track and field? Because you're a competitor, a vicious one in surfing. Now, when you get on that track and field, how is that? Are you cuckoo competitive?
Yes.
I love
I heard she won. I saw she won.
Well, here's what I've been able to find
Okay.
out from your coach Rotan. In the 5th grade girls athlete of the year 24-25,
Yep.
Claire has been instrumental with helping her teammates win first place in the annual Jacket Day track meet amongst 6 other elementary schools. She was part of the 4x100 relay race squad, and you were the team leader and the top athlete. Man, how cool was that, man?
I was so excited. I didn't think it was going to be me. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I saw that video. That was pretty. I was like, man, shoot, that's cool, man. Good job. I mean, look, you know, surfers are athletes, but you know, I'm sure you could. A lot of times, people, you know, you could probably be a pretty good at any sport you
Yeah,
wanted to be.
yeah.
You know, if you wanted to go play tennis or basketball or soccer or any of that stuff. You know, did you play any of those things when you were a little bit smaller?
I just did dance and gymnastics, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's cool.
So, you know, the fun is about this TGSA circuit that you do is you've met friends up and down the coast and you get to travel and do that. But you're also involved with the Morgan Faulkner's wife, Brittany's Lone Star Surf Series. Tell me about that. From what I understand, you're pretty close to the top in the leaderboards and you're going to get a trip to Waco. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'm in 4th place because I think I would be like top 3 if I didn't miss the first one.
Okay.
But but the last 2 that I had, I got first place in one of the divisions and 3rd in the other.
Great,
And then
man.
that was the first competition I did
Yes.
with the Lone Star Series here.
That was the one in Surfside?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was cool. That was a cool contest. They had like the little couch and the board racks like it was like WSL, right?
Yeah, that was very
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the one we had Fish Pass between the jetties,
Uh-huh.
I got, I don't know, actually. I think I got,
It wasn't first, it sounds like.
no.
You would remember that one.
I don't think I got first.
How'd you like Fish Pass? Had you ever been there before?
No.
Would-
Oh, yeah, I have, I
Yeah.
think.
What'd you
'Cause-
think about it in that contest?
It was, like, annoying. The waves.
The
were
waves?
making
It wasn't
Right.
very. It wasn't a good day for the surf there.
Well, so in the morning it was really good, and then it just slowly got worse.
Right. And just going back to that state championship, man, those were some challenging, crazy waves, were they not?
Well, I was scared the first.
Me
The
too.
first
Don't feel that.
day.
I was scared
Where was it at? Where was the state
It
championship?
was at the
it Padre?
Packery
Oh, it was at Packery this
and
year.
it was
and it was
big
pretty
and
big,
gnarly,
wasn't it?
man.
It was huge.
Yes,
Yeah.
huge.
So how far did your age group y'all get out? Like
So the first day none of us competed.
it was just too
The
big.
next day. And then we
yeah,
moved.
and then the next day we went to North
Yes.
Packery,
Correct.
and
Kind
it
of
was
blocked it a little
smaller.
bit.
Yeah.
But even that was pretty gnarly and crazy with wind and current and tides. It was just challenging. Yeah. So you did real well.
Did you feel like you were going into that day? Did you feel like you had it?
I felt like I was confident.
Yeah.
Good. That's what
But
it
you had to
takes,
have a
man.
good day that day to you had to win that contest and the overall, right? So you had to like have a good day that day to win overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So still that was good. You know, you had a little bit of pressure, but you were confident and you just went after
I'm
it.
curious, do you follow the WSL? Do you watch the competitive
Um,
professional surfing and the girls? I watch it every time it comes up. I like. Do you ever watch that? The
Yeah.
kids watch that. Well, who's your favorite professional surfer? Is it Caroline Marks? Is it There's a ton of them out there. Gabrielle Bryan, there's bunches of
So a
them.
lot of people like Chris, right?
Yes,
I don't
Chris
know.
Moore.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, that's all right. You'll find one along the way, and you kind of, that's who you look up to. But Kelly Slater's a pretty good role model. Yeah, he's. Yeah.
I mean, he's still one of the best surfers in the world, and he's getting up there in age. I don't want to call him old because we're like the same age almost. So.
Golly, man.
But anyways, he's
Getting
not
old,
he's not
Austin, man. Getting old.
But
getting
anyways,
up there.
yeah, I mean, you always like. I don't know, like Christian Fletcher, of course, was always. You ever heard of him, Christian Fletcher, right?
Right.
So he was one of those guys that was like one of the first guys to do some crazy stuff like that. So
You know what I think is kind of cool is that you're a Clay Marzo fan because he's
Yeah.
one of those guys, Outer Island guy who wasn't, heavily sponsored, didn't really do super well in the WSL, but probably one of the top 5 surfers in the world, does everything. And he's kind of like this underground dude. Like when you're a fan, and man, that guy is amazing. How'd you get hooked into liking him?
Nah.
yeah,
Step pops, man.
he
that's
said
always
he's
good.
like, hey, look this guy. Yeah, I mean, he's a good surfer.
He is so fun to watch on videos, and some of the videos he drops of his free surfing is just unbelievable.
Some of those, and see, that's the thing now is with all the YouTube and all the different things like that, where you can see some of those guys that were free surfing.
100%.
And there was the guys that were free surfing and getting paid for it when, like, in the 80s and 90s, they were getting paid because they were making like VHS tapes and stuff like that, and people were buying videos of them surf. So we had like surf videos that we had to go buy these big old things and put them in a VCR and watch surf videos.
Yeah.
So,
well, let me ask you this, young Claire. Do you follow the surf forecast? Do you just wait for your step pops to tell you, hey, it's time to go surfing, or do you look ahead? Do you actually?
I just wait for him to tell me.
He does the forecasting for you.
Do you know like why and when it's
Speaking
going
of
to be
us,
good?
do we have any waves coming our way?
Yeah, we'll talk about the forecast real quick. So you don't ever look at the different apps or anything like that?
No.
Yeah, that'll come later.
Well, of course I get people calling me at the shop all the time, wanting to know what the surf is. That used to happen even when I was your age, close to your age, and my friends lived in like Freeport or Lake Jackson or wherever. So we used to have a phone, hooked to the wall, and my phone would ring at like 6 in the morning, and we only had one phone. And so my stepdad got me 2 phones because that way I could have one in my room and the other ones wouldn't ring. Because my friends would call me and they're like, hey, is there surf? I'm like, I hadn't been down there to look yet. It's like 6:30. So, now you can just pop on we like to use Surf Captain.
So
it works pretty good.
What is he telling us?
Telling us that we should
It's flat.
we should go fishing.
So we had a good fishing trip. Me and
Although
Austin last week.
it's looking like maybe the 26th, 27th, 28th, we might have a little bit of swell coming in that week.
That's
All
what
right.
Matt showed me.
Yeah.
Well, good.
see,
Then
there
I'm
you
looking
go.
forward to that, man.
So we're looking forward to that. We did have a pretty good fishing trip.
We did.
Did you just happen to see the videos of our fishing trip?
Somewhere out in Galveston Bay,
Yeah.
testing new fishing equipment.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a pretty good time.
Well, let me ask you this, Claire. Are you a shortboarder? Do you consider yourself a shortboarder? And what are you currently riding? Tell me about your equipment.
I'm riding a Psycho surfboard
All
that
right.
he made for me.
Yep.
Okay. About how
And-
tall is that board?
It's about like 5'6", 5'4".
I think it's like 5'4", 5'5",
Okay,
something like that. So
okay.
I had to, I couldn't remember exactly, but so that's the flying fish right there.
Okay.
But that was, kind of special for you.
Mm-hmm.
It helped
Because
me catch waves.
What we wanted to do is we wanted to get you some. I mean, of course, a custom board, no matter if you're this big or 7 foot, it's a custom board is usually gonna help you if you get somebody. So we were just looking for something you could paddle a little easier, right? Because you had to get your arms. We didn't want you to have like T-Rex arms, trying to paddle around a big board. So we got it kind of skinnier. And
Now,
it's
was
got
that a birthday present?
No,
No.
that was
What was that one board I brought
that was
to
a
you
team,
guys that was
that
a
was a
gift
team
for
rider. That's good.
That was that one, but it wasn't.
That was
a
that board?
birthday
That was a
present.
different
Okay,
one, yeah.
that was a board. I was able to be there when she got the board from her folks
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Austin made, and it was such a
Yeah, Jeff,
treat. Your
Jeff
face was
delivered it. It happened to be your birthday, right?
It
Or
was.
was it?
So great.
Was it? Is that what it was? Oh no.
wasn't
Okay.
sure.
Oh, Jeff just thought.
I just remember I transported it and we gave it to her, and she was just so stoked and happy.
Yeah, we just got it
Yeah,
finished.
nobody told me that it was ready or nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was a surprise. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy
No,
for her,
that was
man.
just her. That was man. And what we told her? win the state championship, and you're going to get another one. So we got another secret weapon in the works right now, so she
Right.
can win another state championship.
Man, I'll tell you what. For a young lady that's pretty new to the sport, let me see. You got sponsors. You're on Team Taylor Recovery. You got Austin making your boards and coaching. You got old Uncle Jeff helping you a little bit. You got Brett Hopkins, the legend, Hurricane himself.
Yep.
I mean, you're kind of like this prize fighter that everybody's in your corner, man, getting you ready for the future. And the future looks positive. And it's very important, you young group of surfers. You represent the next age of surfing, and it's very important that we kind of groom you guys to carry on in the ambassadorship. And I think you're going to be one of those leaders, especially in the female genre of surfing. And so I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked to get to know you better each and every year, and your family.
Yeah, there's been a lot, and y'all have a pretty good group of on the girls' side. There's a pretty large group, right? I mean, I know that it seems like for a long time TGSA was kind of dominated by like the men and the boys. In fact, in the 80s and the 70s, it was all men. It was hardly any boys. In the 90s, right?
Yes,
and that's
100%.
Right. In the 90s, there's way more boys. Right?
Yes.
It was like
Girls are making the comeback.
But
Big
now,
time.
man, I'm seeing a lot of the girls there's a lot of them. And even when I'm doing surf lessons, I'm noticing a lot of the girls. Matter of fact, we have one of our kind of little protege, Alice.
Right, coming
She
up.
happens to be from Alvin.
Yeah,
Same place you're
definitely.
from, right? So, and she's been doing some lessons, and she wants to get out there. And I was kind of telling her about, you. I was like, well,
She wants
Claire,
to compete.
she's from Alvin. She won the state championship. And she was like, wow,
You could
she's from
mentor
Alvin,
her.
and she won the state. So she kind of was like, man, that was cool. And then, she decided she wants to do TGSA. One of the first things she asked me was, she was like, well, will Claire be there? I'm like, well, yeah, she'll be there every contest. So we got some more coming up. And she doesn't even know you. I mean, I think they've kind of maybe looked at some videos.
And that's
surfing,
important, because as
but,
you grow, you'll inspire more and more people.
Yeah. So
Really
it
will.
is like I said,
Definitely
they're
will.
all each one behind the next one's going to look up to it. What's funny is we got a guy here that's doing work all the time, KP, right? The
Yeah.
glasser. He glassed your board, right? And when I was young, he was like, they'd surf over by the pier, and we'd be like, oh man, there's Kerry Pitts. We better wait to go over there because they're surfing. We can't go in those
Mean
guys'
guys.
section, right? Well, they were just the rippers, right? You didn't want to go over there, so you'd kind of let them.
Yep, I remember.
Let them go do their thing. So there's always those people that are surfers. We had some guys back in the day. Randy Gallatin, and then you had.
Oh God, lots of them, man.
Yeah, you had the Raskas.
Yeah, they were ripping.
So you'll always have the next generation kids looking up to them.
Well, let me ask you this: is there longboarding in your future?
I don't know, honestly.
There's a lot of divisions that you need to be in that require a longboard, and I think it only has to be 2 feet over your head or 18 inches.
Yeah, 18
So it's not like a true
inches.
10-foot or 9-foot longboard.
Well,
it's
it has
a
to be
longboard to you.
like
right?
right. It would be nine. If you were such size, it would be 9.
Maybe
foot, right?
Uncle Austin could make you one, and you could start competing.
It's not bad to have. It's not bad to have a longboard for those days that it's just kind of flat and you can kind of practice.
Right,
and you
right.
can't really get your thing. But
This is true.
I think we've had this conversation before, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we have.
And the thing is that you are committed to surfing, but you can only be as committed as your parents, because you can't drive, you can't get there, you got to get the equipment from them. You pretty much relied on them for your sport, and that is huge. The parents behind these kids, whether it's soccer, gymnastics, baseball, it's huge, and it's a commitment. So much so that I'm going to have Matt Roth come on here for about 2 minutes, the stepdad, and he is the one that puts this entourage together. We're going to ask him a couple of questions, what it's like to get a family together to go, and you get the call at noon, and then you got to go all the way to Port Aransas. You got to be there by 6 a.m. with all your equipment, your kids, your ice coolers. It's a strategic attack. So I'm going to have Matt come on here, our future vice president of TGSA. He doesn't know this is a surprise to him, which is so cool. Come on in, brother.
Man, it's a good thing he showered. It's a good thing he showered and everything, huh?
I don't think he wanted to be there.
I should have brought my my shirt.
Oh,
What
man.
a tough act to follow, Jeff.
All right. Well, welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, man, just real quick, what Jeff was talking about, we were kind of talking about parents and all the things. How is it like, especially, so this is more than any other sport, I coached AAU basketball.
Yeah.
We knew that tournament was on.
Right.
We knew it was on for months, right? Like we were going that weekend. We got our hotel. We got off work. All the parents are off work to go, and so we know we're going. No big deal. We don't have to worry about any conditions unless there's like an earthquake, a natural disaster, right?
Right.
TGSA is not like that at all.
The opposite.
Right? It is like, we're going to have this contest. It's going to be in this time frame, and it's going to start on a Saturday, but we're going to tell you on a Friday about noon if we're going to call the contest, right? And that's kind of no fault of anyone,
Just the way
except
it
for
is.
the way it is in Texas, right?
Right.
Sometimes you can maybe call it a little earlier, but then you're gambling, right? So tell us about that, like being able to taking everybody last minute. Like what's that like, TGSA?
Well, it takes a lot. So it takes a lot of help from the kids, with Crystal also being there. We try to stay prepared a few days on, early. Say Wednesday, we've got a plan of where we're going to stay, when we're going to leave, what snacks we're going to have, if she's missing school or if she's not missing school, depending on how far we have to travel. And then
because this could be all the way to South Padre.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've literally sat there watching our phones with everything packed on a Friday at 11:59 a.m. and say, is the contest on or is the contest off? And at 12.
And what are you doing?
I'm just.
She's probably
She's
sleeping
like-
at this point because
trying to relax.
Everything's been done and she's tired of listening to me yap.
Yeah.
That's probably what's happening.
But you're like thinking, well, we're going to go or we're not going to go. It's like, right, yeah.
Yeah, and then when 12 o'clock or 12:05 hits, we're either unpacking all of our stuff and putting it back up, or we're jumping in the truck. And so, but this last time we had a really, really good plan. We didn't have to use it. We had everything ready. The waves were they're questionable whether it's going to be waves or not.
Yeah.
It was definitely going to be rideable, but not sure if it was going to be contestable the following day or the next 2 days in South Padre. So what we did is we packed everything up. Thursday night, we decided that 3 o'clock in the morning we're heading to Packery Channel. We're going to surf no matter what. We're going to surf till noon, look at our phones, and if the contest is on, we're going to South Padre. That way we could still get our day of surfing in and then be halfway to South Padre.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Like, sometimes what do you think? Like you got to be ready each weekend, and then you got to be like, oh, we're not surfing. Is it kind of like a build up and then a
It's
letdown,
just like-
or then?
I'll get scared sometimes, just like nerve wracking.
Yeah.
And then whenever it's off, then it's like kind of like a relief, but like also like it's just like
Right, you're kind of
upsetting.
getting hyped up, so you're a little bit nervous, but then you want to do it, but then you're like, well, okay, because I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's one of the hardest. It's one of the hardest, sports or leagues, and it's not just, it's kids, adults, teenagers, adults. So it's not just kids.
Yeah, it's
so.
interesting to watch because that begins the uptick of the roller coaster is those days before the contest.
Yeah.
That's where your nerves can start getting to you, whether it's going to be a contest or not, if there's going to be weather we have to drive through, if we have to leave at 3 a.m. However you handle that may.
And sometimes it's too big, right? Is there times
Right.
where it's like too big, it's too rough or something, or it's not really like they'll call it because it's just too uncontestable because it's just that doesn't happen a lot. Usually it's because it's flat.
Yeah.
But are you kind of thinking that sometimes if you're looking at the surf report and are you hearing it's going to be huge and you're like, man, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's scary.
Well, it is. Once y'all, a shoulder high wave to us is over your head, right? So it's a little different. So, well, man, yeah, we definitely, everybody, appreciates the parents out there that's, just seeing when we had the podcast out there, you're just like, man, look at all these parents doing all the things, running back to the car to get a drink or the leash or some wax or this and that. Are they like your caddy, your board caddy too sometimes?
Not really.
So you don't have a board caddy?
I think she has a designated board caddy.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
Austin asked if she has a caddy, a board caddy. Crystal's the surf caddy, but she does it for multiple people.
It just gets there. It just gets there.
Yeah. I was like,
Oh man. But yeah, you'd only have one board to ride, so you don't have, it's there and you're ready to go.
yeah. But she carries everything else.
Yeah. So speaking of, that's the thing is just, it's one of those things where you have to be ready at any moment's notice, right? And you're going a
Yeah.
long ways. So,
Yeah.
but man, well, we appreciate everything the parents
Yeah.
do for sure, man. Getting on here, man. All right, we'll let Jeff back in here, man. That was definitely some good information of people who, look. A lot of times people ask when I'm out giving surf lessons, and maybe they're local, and they'll say, "What's it like?" I'll tell them, "Oh, the kid can, it's just like any other sport. There's teams, and they can compete." And the parents always ask, "Well, what's it like?" Because they know. 'Cause a lot of people know what t-ball, what baseball's like, and soccer's like, and basketball, because they do all those sports.
Yeah, but this is different.
It's totally different. So and I always tell the parents kind of stories like that, where you have to be like, that's kind of a good thing for everybody to
and
hear.
Thank you, Matt Roth. That's some good insight as to what it's like to be a parent and anybody that has kids that have been in any kind of sports. Man, it's a mad rush come game day, but our sport's different because we don't get. It's not like tennis. Show up at this court at this time. It's like
that is one thing. That is one thing
things.
that's tough. So, but we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be out there with the podcast at all the contests. We're gonna try to make every contest, and I'm thinking I'm gonna surf in the contest again. I'm gonna
You
come.
should.
I'm coming out of retirement.
Yes, Uncle Austin back in the
Yeah.
competitive realm.
So
we love it.
Watch out, fourth place.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
You had to battle me for it. But here's another cool thing, Claire. As this year is coming up, we're going to be doing like live interviews. We're going to kind of do it like I'm going to get a little tiny mic, and you're going to come out of the water, and we're going to say, "How did that heat
We're
go?"
gonna try to do
And,
some, like,
that kind of deal.
Yeah, so-
I've seen like stuff on like YouTube.
yeah, we'll do some fun stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
we'll
want to
get
do that
some
for you kids especially.
different reporters or something like that. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun. Anything outside the studio, kind of
Well,
fun.
young lady, you are an up-and-coming rising star in the surf industry. Everybody, Claire Saldivar, man. Look, keep your eyes open for this kid, man. She's going to be ripping into the future, and I want to thank you for coming on to the show.
Yeah, you've done great. Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, we got
about-
time. We talk all
any
night.
kind of like anything you've been doing or
I've just been like,
having a good summer?
yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your goals for next year, surfing?
My goal is to get first place in menehune girls, first place in girls.
That's good, right? So that's a good goal, and you're right there at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So most of those people you're competing against is the same group, and it's funny because y'all are cheering for each other in different heats, and then surfing
Yeah.
against each other, and
Yeah.
surfing tough against each other. You know what I'm saying? And there's a pretty good little group and everything. So.
Yeah, there was a surfer. You go back and Google Lisa Anderson. You remind me of a lot of her, a world champion that came out of Florida. She was a tenacious surfer. She didn't care if you were a boy, girl. She ripped. She saw no boundaries, and she was a pioneer for ladies surfing. And you guys are carrying on that torch for many people like that, and it's something you should be proud of and take it very seriously.
Yeah, man. We're definitely glad you came on for like an in studio interview. You've already been on. It's not like you're a rookie to the podcast. You've already been on a couple times, right?
Yeah.
So
Little short ones.
Yeah, little short ones and stuff like that.
This
But
is where
we're
we
glad
got to
came
know
in.
you a little bit better.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Everybody kind of know. And like I said, we already got people kind of, looking up to you. They're going to be waiting for you to, to compete, and people wanting to, compete because they heard that, hey, there's somebody from Alvin doing it. So there's been a few good surfers out of Alvin here and there.
Yeah, that is a hot spot.
We have a few.
Man.
So
Alvin, Texas.
it looks like we're running, kind of getting a little on time, and unfortunately,
be proud. You know why? You trumped the dude in the back,
we
Mr.
had
Movie Star in the back.
Matt
there.
McConaughey back there, and we told him we'd be on for sure after Claire this time. But
You trumped the movie star. I love it.
do me a favor and tell Matt apologies. Sorry, Matt.
Sorry, Matt.
All right, man. Have a good one. We'll see y'all later.
Later. Peace. Love y'all.